Good afternoon, everybody. This is Beach Bum with the Tropical Zone Report. It is November 2nd, 2024. We have a lot of stuff to go over today, so let's go ahead and get right on to it. First off, today, this is what the models are showing, and for the first time in a long time, all four models are in agreement. The GFS is showing a tropical storm. The Euro is showing a tropical storm. The CMC is showing one. And the Icon is showing one. Now, what this is showing is Rafael. What happened to Patty? Well, Patty formed overnight and right out here, and it is subtropical storm Patty. And I'll show you a little bit more on that, but you see where its location is. All right, let's get to the National Hurricane Center. And here is subtropical storm Patty. We have a disturbance, 60% chance in the next 48 hours. Right down here in the Caribbean, and that's what we're going to be focusing on. This looks like it's going to be Rafael. And we have another little disturbance. We need to see if it gets any rotation in it. It's got a 10% chance over the next 48 hours. The good thing, well, it's hard to say a good thing when you're talking about a storm, but it's looks like it's going to come up through Cuba, Jamaica, as a tropical storm, come into the Gulf, and luckily in the Gulf we got a lot of cooler water, and that's going to break it apart. Some models showing it drifting west after it comes in to the Gulf. Other models have it getting hit by a front and it gets sucked up into that front. Okay. So we saw Patty. Give you a better look here. This is potential tropical cyclone Rafael. And this is that other disturbance by the Turks and Caicos that we are going to have to keep an eye on. This, I believe, is going to be the most likely path. So as you see, it comes up into Jamaica, middle to western end of Cuba. It's going to bring a lot of rain, potential flooding, rock slides, mudslides. So if you are in these areas here, you need to be in action mode. Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Cuba, maybe even Haiti. Time to get in action mode. You're looking at a possible tropical storm coming your way. Winds of 50 miles per hour. Could get up to 8 inches of rain. It's going to be a lot of flooding. Let's take a look at the what the rain totals are going to be. And you see there's yellow. That's up to 10 inches of rain as it moves in. It's just a small little section of it, but that's going to be a lot of water on them rivers and mountain rock areas. So everybody out there, please be careful. Let's move over here, and we're going to take a look at the GFS model. Here is potentially Rafael. The new area we have to watch. Well, not have to. We need to look out for. If it gets any rotation in it, could likely do something. And that is Invest 97L. And you see a lot of rain coming off of Colombia and moving north. It's not a very big system. And a lot of heavy, moderate rain. And this is the GFS model going out to Monday. Looks like Monday morning sometime. Well, Monday around lunchtime. And there you see it. It is starting to come over Jamaica around 2 p.m. And that should be Tropical Storm Rafael. Let's take a look at the icon here. And the icon shows that same disturbance up here. And then here's Invest 97L. You see, this doesn't show it as circled together, but it's definitely going to get. If it doesn't reach tropical storm strength, it's going to be right there at tropical storm strength. This is tomorrow, about 5 o'clock now, 5 p.m. And even though it's going to be close, there's still a lot of moderate rain and heavy rain that's going to be moving in here. So a lot of flood threat. And there's Monday at 2, and it is just south of Jamaica. Let's take a look at the CMC model. And as we see, there is the low pressure. This should be Tropical Storm Rafael. And we'll show it to you on this longer range model here. You see it kind of comes in and gets caught by that front and just kind of pulled in. The European. That one shows it, losing strength as it comes in and then getting pushed forward by a front. But no matter what we see, the waters in the Gulf are cooler, so that should break it down once it comes into the Gulf. That's what we're really hoping for. I know I showed y'all the icon on the other one. Let's look at it from this point of view. What we do know is there's going to be a potential tropical storm moving into the Gulf. The other thing we do know is that it's going to come into the Gulf and drift west just a little bit. Now the timing, it's hard to tell on strength and this far out. This is November 8th. So a lot of things can change. Fronts, everything changes. It's hard enough to say what's going to happen 3 days from now, much less a week from now. So we know it's going to come into the Gulf. From there, we're hoping that it just breaks apart and that's it. We don't have a very large GFS model on this scale today, only 126 hours, but we'll go ahead and take a look at it. Let's get it back to the last day. That's November 7th. And as you can see, it is in the Gulf. It is building pressure, so that means it's dropping apart and it's wanting to head west. We can fine tune this more tomorrow, Monday morning. But right now, what we do know is there's going to be a storm, possible tropical storm, moving in to Jamaica, Cuba, and those areas. Now, before we get out of here, let's take a look. Here is Tropical Storm Patty, as we showed you earlier. Patty is, let's zoom out on this. Here is Subtropical Storm Patty, and it is not going to affect the U.S. in any way. Here is your info on Patty and a radar image. Okay, so what we know, there is a low with lots of rain coming off of Colombia moving north. By tomorrow night, Monday morning, it should be close to tropical storm status. It's going to be moving into Jamaica, Cuba, and then coming into the Gulf. Coming into the Gulf is coming into some wind shear and cooler water. So hopefully that will just tear it apart. We have other systems in play. There's a high out over the Atlantic that's keeping these systems south. So we just got to watch a lot of things. We have another system by the Turks and Caicos we need to keep an eye on. It is November. We should be coming to the end of the tropical storm season. So hopefully these will be the last things we have to look at this year. So check back tomorrow. We'll get more updates for you and maybe have a better track on what this system, possibly Rafael, is going to do. So until then, y'all have a great day. This has been Beach Bum.